All right. We should be live. Welcome, people, to round three of Chrispy versus Brent and pack opening and pie gal, or pack battle. Sorry. As always, we got Brent here. Say hi.
Howdy.
I'm just gonna put up a
poll.
Yeah. Oh, actually, let me make sure this is good. Go. All right. Oh, actually, nobody can hear us because our microphones are not on.
I turned mine
on.
on.
You turned yours on?
Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe you could hear me through Brent's, but welcome to round three of the pack battle and pie gow, Brent versus Chrispy. I am about to throw a... Oh, where is it? I thought I put it up over here. Maybe it's here. Oh, yep. All right. I'm going to throw a poll into the chat. Very simple is who pulled the coolest cards? Brent, Chrispy. All right. Hi, Corinne.
Hey.
All right, so we've got the poll in the chat ready for y'all. So again, as we pull cards, actually, I'll quickly explain the format if you have not been here before. So essentially, we're first going to do a pack battle, which it just involves we both open a pack and then reveal our cards one by one, and we'll kind of have individual, like, card versus card, who pulled the coolest one, maybe the strongest one, something like that. Again, if you're not super familiar with Magic, that's totally okay, because sometimes it's just about cool card art. But if you are familiar with Magic, then again, you can kind of vote however you want. Maybe strongest card, or maybe coolest art. And then after that, we will do Pie Gal, which is in the context of Magic, because again, I always have to say this, Pie Gal is an actual game. Hi! I don't know what you're saying that to, Talisha. Pie Gal is it's like a short form game of Magic that you can do with one pack versus one pack, where we each make a deck of 3 cards. You get all 3 of your cards in the first round. There's no drawing, and you have infinite mana and 5 life. So it gets a little screwy because you don't have like a lot of the landfall triggers and things like that happening, but that's, I think, what makes it fun. As Alex Thomas said earlier, he messaged me privately and was like, this is a very weird format, and he loves it. So I very much so agree. I don't know why the chat is not showing over here. Can I minimize? Nope, don't close the poll. Boom, boom, boom. No. If I do, want to chat. There we go. There we go. I figured it out.
Well,
shut it off and on again. All right. So that's all I have to say, unless you have something else to say, Brent, and we can dive right in.
Just to kind of recap round 1, round 2, because this is round 3.
Yep.
First week, we started off with a nice stalemate. Chris ended up winning the pack pull part of the contest. I ended up winning the battling portion. But last week, he hit me with a nice roundhouse, uppercut, whatever you want to call it. He ended up taking a 3-1 lead, where he both swept me last week, winning the pack opening and the battling portions. So he now has a 3-1 lead going into round 3. And just to show who's on what side, so you know, for voting, I'll be on the left side and Chris will be on the right side.
Right here. So yeah, that's it. You ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
All right.
Good
Very
luck.
excited for this. Again, I want my Yoshitaka Amano art cards. Not the art cards, sorry, the full art.
Full art.
It gets so confusing. Borderless.
So many different types of cards.
Yeah, there's so many different treatments and types of cards. So,
all right.
you've got.
I got a nice token, which I'm always happy with. Bird token, and on the back,
Love the baby
hero.
chocobos.
I got that hero, but nothing wrong with a chocobo.
That's the thing with the double-sided tokens is there's so many because it'll sometimes be like the birds on the back of a copy or on the back of a hero. So there's just like so many different variations.
Yeah.
And different arts. The copy cards are always cool.
Yeah, copy tokens are great.
Yeah. Just kind of generic in every set.
All right.
All right, ready for the big reveal?
Yep.
Ready? Count
3,
it down.
2,
5, 4, 3. Oh, sorry, I started
Go
at 5. 3, 2, 1, and
reveal.
go.
Oh, okay. So first thing to make note of, last week when we were pulling them, we were getting the same colors, I believe, at the same time. This week, we both know our first 5 colors. We're going to get one of each on the first 5 cards, but we're not starting green to green, red to red.
Oh, I know. Is yours new? I think we both have new cards that we have yet to pull yet.
Yeah, this one's a good card. I actually really like this one. Maybe not the best in this format because it's pretty weak in this format where target player draws 2 cards, there's nothing to draw, and you put a 1/1 counter on it. So, but draw engines amazing in a draft format or just in decks in general, and with proliferate and other counter mechanics. I thought this was a pretty valuable card as far as card value of what you got for it.
Also, the art makes me think of I know that's Cloud, right?
This is actually Titus from
okay.
Final Fantasy X.
That shows how much I know.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But for some reason, the island and the sword makes me think of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Also, Corinne, I don't know if that is a reference to the birds working for the bourgeoisie. So, if not,
oh yeah.
With Lulu in the background.
Yep.
Oh,
so he means on the card art here.
Okay,
so Lulu is also the one giving the quote here. Yep. Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here because she's kind of like a mentor to Yuna, who's like the main character of the story. And
which Final Fantasy is that?
This is Final Fantasy X. Yeah.
The X, Final Fantasy X.
Yep. So good card, not good in this format. But if you compare it to a card we both pulled the past 2 battles, Laughing Mad, it was like Laughing Clown is a red card. It was just 3 mana. You had to discard a card, and then you drew cards. This, you just straight up draw 2 cards for the same mana cost. So it's just a stronger card, and you get a 1/1 counter without having to discard a card. Just vastly better.
Sorry, Tim just said bourgeoisie.
Yep.
That's amazing. I love it. I have not seen this yet, and I am very excited. Yeah. Commune with beavers. Let's get a good shot at that art. Those don't look like beavers. They look like little teddy bears.
Yeah,
but
they don't really see a beaver tail.
Yeah, maybe that's a beaver in Final Fantasy. So Commune with beavers. It's a 1-drop, and it says, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. Again, that is not going to help me at all in this format.
Dead card in this format, but a good draft card. 1 mana cost, gave you some like mana ramp. Gave you a creature. Like it's like just cycling, which is never bad if you're trying to get to your big cards. Because you have to have 40 cards in your deck, and that can get you to that big card a little bit quicker.
I think these might be our cards to ditch.
Yeah,
we'll
potentially.
See.
Mine's a little bit better. I get a 1/1 counter.
That's true. Yeah, this is going to be a hard decision. You might just be going because I get cute little beavers on here, but also, what's my flavor text? Guy speak beaver. I don't know if that's a statement or if it's a command or if
I think that's him talking to the beaver saying, I speak beaver.
Oh, okay.
But that's just how they're translating it. Guy speak beaver.
I speak beaver. Yeah. All right.
You ready?
All right, ready. 3, 2, 1.
Next.
Ooh, both new cards again.
Yep. So I'll speak about Magitech.
This reminds me of what was the come on. Pitch Black. What was that series called? Riddick.
Oh, Chronicles of Riddick.
Tell me that doesn't look like the dudes from Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, like just like
the commanding force.
I'm trying to think of their names, but I know what you're talking about. Yep, it'll come to me at some point. But
hell yeah.
He's a 1 mana drop for a 1/1. 1 mana drops are great in draft format. And he also gets a +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact. This is an artifact creature. So if you have a couple of these guys out,
hi Charlie.
If you have an artifact cat, a nice old Charlie in the mix.
Like, yo, hey, buddy, are you gonna get comfy? Or are you gonna keep blocking the camera? Yeah. There you go, bud.
See if we can bring the cards down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
He's probably gonna plop himself right in the back like he did last time.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna play with the dice.
Oh,
He wants to knock him off.
he's playing with the dice. What are you gonna do, bud? What are you doing?
Well, I think Charlie has a bigger fan base than we do.
Yep. That's okay. That's okay. That's the only reason I made this channel, is so that y'all would get the cameos from Charlie. I think right now you are clear, though.
Okay, so Magitech Infantry, he's an artifact soldier. So he's a 1/1 for 1 mana. He gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact. So if you can get more than one of them out, he gets stronger, or any other artifacts. This series, or this set, had a lot of artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
What's great about him in a draft format is not only is he 1-cost drop, if you have a dead turn later in the game, you can spend 3 mana to search your library for another version of him. So you can just keep, and you can pull him onto the battlefield tapped. So you can thin your deck out, play an extra creature, and he gets stronger for doing so, because then you have another artifact in play.
That's cool.
So I thought he was very good in draft format.
Especially that's a lot of text for just a 1-drop too.
Oh yeah. And when you can have an unlimited amount of these in a deck at a time in a draft format, it's really good. In this format, not the greatest, because he's only a 1/1 drop and we have infinite mana, so isn't that strong. Meanwhile, in this format, I think you pulled an amazing card.
Oh no, Charlie found the microphone. I was trying to turn the camera
buddy,
because Charlie was using Brent's big bag of dice as a pillow. All right. And I might have pulled this one. I can't remember if I did on stream. Ice Flan. It's a 7-drop, so big boy. When this creature in an elemental ooze, I haven't seen any other oozes in this format or in this set.
Yeah.
When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Put a stun counter on it. If you don't know, that just makes them tap it, and if they would untap it during their untap step, they just remove the counter. It essentially just makes them so they can't use their card for 1 turn.
Yeah.
Which is great. I did actually use this in the draft again. I can't remember if I pulled this on stream yet, but and then just island cycling. So if I want to instead use this, I guess that's makes up for its 7 cost, only being a 5/4. Is that it can also just spend 2 to get an island if you're hurting for islands. So I really like
in this format.
creature.
I think he'll be strong because he has that stun counter mechanic. So I think he's going to be pretty good. And the Flans in general, they're pretty generic baseline monster in all Final Fantasies. There's different types depending on the different elementals. This one just happens to be ice. So
Charlie's
playing with the
dice. He's rolling our fates.
Are you ready for card number 2?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Ooh. All right. So I have Warrior Sword, 4 mana for job select. I love job selects. And it's just a 3/2 beater, or +3/+2. So it's really a 4/3 creature for 4 mana. Not the greatest, but it's an artifact, doesn't count as a creature. So for those non-creature spell engines, it works. And, even after it dies, you can equip this to somebody else. So pretty good card in this format. Didn't get to play with this one in the draft.
Oh no.
But I do enjoy it.
The enchantment creatures are amazing, or the sagas, because I guess it's more so a saga and then an enchantment creature on top of that. Oh, that's all good, Kevin. Thank you for coming and hang out. Oh, dude, I want some ribs. You're speaking my language. So again, the Choco, the saga creatures are very cool. Charlie's going for Brent's microphone again. Why is my phone going off? Wait, what was that? Oh, okay. It was Discord. Oh no, I hope nobody saw that. I am bad at that. Ooh, it is another 4-stage saga, which is great, because again, these can attack, but only for 1 turn, because they have summoning sickness. On their 2nd turn, they can attack, and then on the 3rd turn, at the beginning of your upkeep, I believe, is when they phase out. So it has Stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+1/+0 until end of turn. So that's, I think, a good static effect, just to kind of keep for 4 turns, which I think is really good. Does it say each other creatures? So
Yeah.
this does not get the benefit.
But even still, he's 3 for a 3/3 creature, so he just gets a bonus effect on top of that, you know. So he meets the curve. He's pretty nice.
Yeah.
To what Alexander Thomas was saying, there actually is a fat chocobo card. It ends up being green. We saw that pulled in one of the prior episodes.
Yeah, that's the one that gives you on step 1. It gives you
+2/2.
I thought it gives you a chocobo on first.
Yeah, +2/+2 chocobo.
Oh, okay.
Same thing as like he creates whatever the token is right here. So it creates one of those bird tokens, and then eventually I think it starts giving creatures trample.
Yeah, I love the chocobos.
Yeah.
Again, don't know anything about them, but they reminds me of the Galarian Moltres. Is that Moltres? No. Zapdos. Galarian Zapdos. It's because he's orange. It's because he's orange. I'm always like, that's Moltres, but it's not.
I love chocobos. They're a staple in Final Fantasy, and they're actually pretty good cards in this. There's a ton of choco love in this one.
Oh yeah, like Chocobo Racetrack
or all the landfall triggers.
Oh, yeah. All right, ready?
Next,
3, 2, 1.
Boom. Ooh, what do we got? So I kind of have a dead card in this format, but it was useful. 2 mana for look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand and the rest into the graveyard, and it comes with flashback, so you get like a bit more recursion in graveyard play, which was pretty good for like green-black decks in this one, or red-black.
So that's completely useless in this format. Damn.
Decent in the draft, useless here.
It's going to be hard if you have more cards that are useless than I do.
It's fate of the draws.
Kevin, remind me if I believe the Cloud deck is the artifact deck, right?
Yes, it's white-red artifact. Remember with the Barret and everything like that.
Okay. Again, get those votes in there. Yep. Get those votes in there if you think Brent's winning. I came out of pocket last week, and we thought Brent had won that fair and square, but I got a last minute vote. So get your votes in. Get your votes in. Coolest card, coolest art, strongest card, however you want to do it. So item shopkeep. Now I'll kind of see what Kevin was talking about. Item shopkeep's creature human citizen is a 2-drop. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains wow, that would go really hard in that deck.
And there's like a lot of like equipments or like stuff like that give like first strike. So it's like when you hit the block with 2 guys and you're probably hitting them, killing them both. You know, makes it dangerous, and you may not want to block them.
So that's cool. Can you explain Sephiroth's flavor text?
I'm Genova Project.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. The Genova Project resulted in my conception. Well, you notice the character or the creature, maybe from the drafts. You ever see the Genova green-black creature in this one?
I don't think so.
It's kind of like his mother, but he was kind of like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but he kind of is like, created in the lab, and so is even like the main character is technically not the original version of himself.
Oh, so he's like Mewtwo almost?
Yeah, even the main character is like that, yeah.
Okay.
With Cloud. You find another character, or you find out about another character named Zack, which you might have seen him pulled. He's a 1-cost white creature in this one.
I don't think so.
He looks like exactly like Cloud, but with black hair.
Hearing stuff like that just makes you want to play the games even more, just like hearing the lore and stuff like that. That's 7 again, right?
Yep, 7.
Okay. And isn't Sephiroth also in Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, him and Cloud are both in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Yep.
But Cloud is not the same main character. It's Sora, right?
Yeah, no. Sora's the main character. Cloud is just... him and Sephiroth are just badass characters in that game.
Charlie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is that your box? Are you playing in your box? All right. Let's count it down in a second. Actually, let me put these. These are gonna excuse me. These are gonna frickin' fall again. All right, boom.
All right,
ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Boom.
Ooh, Chocobo Kick.
And mine is like a beholder.
Yeah, it's a Marlboro. He's actually like a plant creature.
Okay.
There's like 2 big plant creatures in this one. There's the Ochu and the Marlboro. In different games, I feel like certain one's stronger than the other, but most of the cases, the Marlboro is just a bigger, stronger, badder Ochu, which has like more toxic poison gas. Tons of vines, tons of like limbs, big old mouth. Great creature. In this format, I think he is beast.
Yeah. I think I remember this. Because sometimes it's like I forget the names, but the abilities kind of stick with me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Marlboro is 6-drop. It's a creature. It's a plant horror. Love my horrors. Joe, I think you would love to make a horror deck.
He loves his horrors.
Bad Breath. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of their library. So the exile, it wouldn't help much, but the well, unless you play all your cards in your okay, if you play
go
first,
first,
if I go first, you'd have to discard a card, which that's like a third of your
Yes.
deck gone, losing 2 life, which only
is,
out of 5. That's not great.
40% of your health gone.
Yeah. And then the final ability exiles the top 3 cards of the library. Doesn't really matter.
So in this format where you have 5 life, 3 cards,
This
his
is a
carding
good
one,
card.
he's
and
a
infinite mana.
Yeah, he's a 4/4 drop. That's stronger than most things you're going to see.
Yeah, and so the swamp cycling you wouldn't use at all. But
no.
Yeah.
But even in draft format, he saw a lot of use. Big drop later in the game, worthwhile.
Oh, actually, do you want to do this while you're talking about it too?
Sure. So I got Chocobo Kick. The kicker doesn't really affect in here, which is return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. This is actually very good. I actually like this card a lot because there's a lot of landfall triggers in later turns where you could, if you didn't even draw land for the turn, you could tap it to play, to pay for the cost of it, return that tapped land to your hand, then play it back down untapped. So it gave you landfall triggers, and you got the nice little nuke.
Yeah. So the first ability useless in this format, but then the second ability is pretty good.
The second ability gets stronger if you could kick it, but you can't. But it's still, it was good in that other format, not so great in this one.
Gotcha.
All right,
ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, here we go.
I don't think I've pulled this one. Oh, we pulled that one before.
Monk's Fist. Pretty fun card in the format. I liked drafting this every single time because it can go in any deck. There's a lot of artifact love. And at the end of the day, it's 2 mana for a 2/1 creature, but when the creature dies, you still got this equipment, or you got a artifact you can sacrifice.
They really missed out on this one not being an instant. It's instant ramen. How is it not an instant?
Well, it's not instant, but it has flash.
So
okay. You can play it.
Okay, it is an
it's because
instant.
Because it's an artifact, it can't really be instant, so it's not like a spell in that regard. So you can play it whenever.
Yeah, but for all intents and purposes, it's an instant. So instant realm is a 2-drop artifact food with flash. If you don't know, that just means it comes out at any point. Or it can come out. When this artifact enters, draw a card, so that's going to be useless in this format. Spend 2, tap it, sacrifice this artifact, and you gain 3 life. That will be very useful in this format.
So it's a 3 life card, essentially, and with like the whole flash being able to play it and then sacrifice it, I think you could make a misjudgment with that card, thinking I'm going to kill you, but I can't.
Yeah.
Speaking of ramen, I won one tournament. We knew that.
Yep.
But there was another tournament on Sunday, which I actually almost won, if not for that card. The guy who ended up winning the tournament was the only guy I lost to, and I lost because of a ramen.
How did he use it?
So it was sitting on his. He played it down to draw a card.
Yeah.
He wasn't paying attention to the secondary sacrifice effect for 3 life, but I was.
Yeah.
So I had an Albed Scavenger, which is whenever one of your creatures dies, including the Scavenger, your opponent loses 1 life. He only had about 3 life left, 2 or 3 life left, and I had 4 creatures down. So if I sacrificed all my creatures or swung at him and he blocked them, he would still die because of it. But I couldn't swing at him because he pulled the ramen. So if he was to, in response, sack it and gain 3 life, he would stay alive. So I had to actually not swing at him, even though I had the game won in his mind. And so I ended up stalling out for a few turns, ended up drawing 5 lands in a row. So I dead drew. If I drew 1 more creature card, I would have been able to kill him with the Scavenger, but I didn't. And he ended up removing it from the game, or removing it from the board, which made it so I ended up going from a winning board state for 5 turns into the loss, which gave him a win. So I like to tell people I lost to a bowl of ramen, And
as Kevin said, that's a spicy ramen play.
Yeah. So speaking of, call out to that guy. His name is Goat, and that's his nickname. He plays at Vanguard, and I was happy to see him play because he's a fellow Pokemon
Oh,
guy,
heck yeah, heck yeah.
and he doesn't really get into Magic, and his buddies were giving him shit, saying he's probably going to lose, and he ended up winning the tournament that night.
Oh,
So
dang.
I was happy to see him, pull off the win, even if I was the one he took out to win.
That's amazing.
So, all right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
3,
2,
2, 1.
Speak of, we already talked about the
cool.
ramen.
Yep.
I got a bowl of ramen now.
So now we are evenly matched.
We're evenly matched in the ramen.
If we pull those in the same decks.
Yeah.
I love Merfolk. I think Merfolk is such a cool character archetype or creature in this game. I also like how they are designed a little bit more fish-like than kind of the beautiful women, or I guess mermen as well. He is a 2-drop. It's Sahagin, which I'm assuming is a creature, or is the name of an actual merfolk from Final Fantasy.
That's
IV?
It's a creature type.
Oh no,
in
14.
Sahagin are like creatures in Final Fantasy. They're also creatures in D&D as well, which is kind of cool.
I wonder what the root is there, Sahagin, where they got that name from. We're gonna go ramen to ramen. Actually, isn't that what you want to do for your birthday, Brent? Do a ramen battle?
Yes, I'm not sure.
We're doing that. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and it can't be blocked this time. Ooh, that
could be very useful.
Yeah, that could be very strong.
You've already pulled a few high-costing cards, which is a little scary in this format because I have not. So when mana's unlimited, you like big beefy boys.
Yeah, I like the flavor text on the. Silence, Shorewacker. Try to escape and I'll slice skills into your neck. That one's a good one. All right. Ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Ooh.
Oh, so we pulled Thief's Neck already. Another job select. An equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Doesn't help me in this format, but the +1/+1 is.
Yeah.
And the equip cost is 4, so again, mana is not an object, y'all.
So I pulled a good card. I think you've played this. I did not get to play this card.
I love
Cloud
that
of
art.
Darkness.
Love that art.
This one is an avatar creature. It's 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer. Flyers are always great, very important. They're win cons in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Particle Beam. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature an opponent controls gets X-X, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Not very effective in this format, but a 3/3 flyer can win by itself.
Yeah.
So, not bad.
I love that card art too. And also, Alex believes that Sahagin is potentially, I guess that would be a portmanteau almost of Sea Hag.
Yeah.
So that may be the origin of that. We'll have to confirm that. But yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, boom.
Ooh, and you got a nice card.
I got this last week, I'm pretty sure.
One of us got that, and he's a nice big boy. 6 mana for a 6/6. He can't really trigger the landfall effect in this, but as we talked about before, he's pretty powerful, and you're getting a lot of big beef boys is what I've noticed tonight. It's a little scary.
So again, even if you win, it's 50-50 right now. It's 50-50. We're gonna have to have somebody get that final vote in.
Yep.
But yeah, just a 6-drop human warrior. Search your library, which doesn't help me, and a landfall trigger. So really, he's just gonna be a 6/6.
Yeah, still better than what I pulled. I pulled a great looking card. It's the Golden Saucer. It's a kind of like a town. Because think of like a casino. It's really cool.
That is sick.
The card art is pretty, and just a cool little town, honestly.
Yep.
Look at all that celebration. Not very useful in this format. It's a land. If you had like a landfall trigger like yours, not bad, but for us, not too great.
Yeah, because the treasure token, you could use its. Oh, yeah. I was like, you could use his third ability, but yeah, damn, Brent got a lot of cards that are gonna be totally useless in this format.
May not be the best dueling.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to do around that.
You just gotta play it out. Hopefully, those are the matches. I draw them all together, and it makes the other decks a little bit better.
Okay.
All right.
So ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Boom.
Ooh.
I pulled this one, I think, last week, or
I
maybe
think
you did.
I pulled this one last week.
Okay.
It's still a good card. Great in draft format because you get it back infinitely, essentially.
Yep.
3 for a 3/3 creature drop. He does come into play tapped, but you can keep getting them back.
So he comes in tap, has summoning. He comes in when he has summoning sickness, so he can't be a
Yeah.
blocker, essentially.
That's the only downside.
Yeah.
But great card. Going back to what I think that was Kevin talking about, saying he's going to be doing a draft. That's always fun.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of some of our friends have like started out playing, was playing drafts for the first time, and it kind of lets people introduce the set. It's a little bit easier to learn like a handful of cards at this compared to like a whole built deck, and it gives them a bit of expertise in deck building to begin with. Where it's almost too hard to do when there's unlimited amount of cards and like other formats.
Yeah, what is it? You get decision paralysis or something like that. I also really like the flavor text on this. Seeth are damned to wander the world, unliving and undying, until their corrupted flesh at last can move no more. Very dark stuff, y'all.
Okay.
Also, agreed, Corinne. I would live in that treehouse too.
So this one could be a game changer in a way. In itself, it's a good card, but in this format, maybe it can, make something happen, where I can return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. So if I have a nice sized creature,
with trample especially,
maybe I can buff something up, and maybe that can do something for me.
Oh, we also got a nice villain laugh in the flavor text on that one.
If I don't draw a creature card to begin with, then it may not do me any good.
Got it.
All right, sorry, I dropped my mic.
What are you doing up there, Charlie? I don't know if you can see Charlie. He's turn. Nope, this way. There's his butt. There's his butt.
On the back of the seat.
Yep.
All right, you ready for the next?
Yep. All right, 3, 2,
1.
Oh,
what do you got?
Side quest. What is a side quest?
Oh,
I mean, it's a side quest in a game, but I for some reason I was like thinking it was like the type of card, but it's just a transforming card. So side quest, catch a fish. Why are so many people who are supposed to be saving the world fishing? We got Link, we got Noctis. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Go save the world. Go save the world.
Speaking of side quests, I think all the side quests were actually really good cards.
I didn't see a single one, so this is my first experience with the side
this one was pretty good. Side quest, catch a fish. My favorite one's probably the black one, which is like 4 or 5 mana, which was it was about like a big game hunt essentially. I can't remember the name of the card exactly, but I used it nonstop because it's about like hunting down like a big game monster. Okay. And what it did is when you played it, it would kill a creature. And any time you would kill a creature of your opponent, it would put a counter on it. And after getting 3 counters on it, it transformed into a big old creature.
I kind of like that from a flavor perspective because you do a side quest to unlock something. Yes. So the fact that these transform, I think, are very flavorful.
Yeah.
I like all the support for saving fishing when you're supposed to be saving the world. Apparently, Goku did a lot of fishing too. So, raise a chocobo and hunt for. Oh, okay. Heck yeah. So this is an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand, this way, create a food token and transform this enchantment. So I think that will be useless for me.
Yeah, it's probably very useless in this format because I think it turns into a land.
Oh no! Does it? Wait, I gotta pull it.
Pull it up.
Reveal it.
And
there
it is. It turns into a land.
Okay, so it's starting to even out. We're getting hopefully just as many useless cards for both.
What's funny about it is he's fishing, and then once you flip it and finish it, it turns to a cooking campsite because you caught your fish and you're gonna eat it.
Oh, I love that.
Meanwhile, I also got a flip card.
Oh,
mine's probably a little bit better. Yeah, mine is Garland, great, awesome character from the original Final Fantasy. Human Knight. He's just a badass.
Show that.
Garland, he's an awesome looking knight. He's 2 mana for a 3/2, so he's a little bit stronger than the curve. And what made him great in the format is you can play him again from your graveyard. And if you do, you put him in the battlefield and you flip him. So he's a flip as well. So he becomes out a little bit stronger.
Okay.
So I think he might be a good character in this format. So I'm going to flip him over, see what we're working with, and we'll go back to
I don't like it. I don't like it.
He becomes the Chaos, the Endless, Legendary Demon.
Oh,
he
that
becomes
is
a
gorgeous.
5/5 flyer. And when he dies, you put him at the bottom of the owner's library.
If I don't have reach, that's you just won with that card.
Potentially.
Oh, as
What's
long as you...
crazy though is you put him when he dies, you put him at the bottom of the owner's library. So a card that maybe draws something, maybe you can get him back.
Oh, I guess you could create a library.
You could create a library. You don't start with a library, but you could create one, I'd assume. Which could be maybe interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But needless to say.
That is very
That's kind of cool. All right, so I'll keep him off to the side. He's a nice big demon. I like it.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
First rare.
Ooh, you pulled another rare city.
Again, does not help me return. Oh no! What is the ability? Return up to 2 target artifact and/or enchantment cards from your graveyard to the for your hand. So that could help me. And then its ability as a land doesn't matter, which is fine because that's its second ability. Yep. Correct? Yeah, because they get exiled. But and then look at Ishkar, the Holy Sea. It's very cool. I see a lot of references to Norse mythology in this game series.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
I got a great one. This is a Genji, Genji glove. Equipped creature has double strike, and whenever an equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap it and attack again. You have additional combat phase, so you get a double turn on combat, and he has
double strike and double turn. Get out of here.
So even like a 2 damage guy can turn into swinging for 12 or turn into 8 real quick. So that's actually a fun one. I used this in the draft, and this was a game winner. Yeah. I had someone attach this to a diamond weapon, which is like an 8/8 creature. And then he buffed it a little bit, so it's like a 10/10. So he's swinging 10/10 double strikes. If you don't block him, that's all 20 of life you had, And then if you do that twice, it's over. So you had to make sure you blocked it or fizzled his attack.
I'm not happy
That's a good
about
one.
That.
But at best, I need a creature with it. Otherwise, it does nothing, and we'll see. All right. That was a rare.
Is this?
Keep track
of what we got 2 more. No. We've got one more and then a land. So.
All right.
So this is our big pull of the. Yep. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh no. Ooh, that's a nice full. Oh, yours is way cooler.
Mine's pretty cool looking. The hollow foil on the elixir part of it itself is pretty cool.
That's gorgeous.
Let's see what it does. This artifact enters tapped. Exile this artifact. Shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library this way. After you've already lost some creature, maybe it can give me some life, but yeah. And you do shuffle your graveyard into your library, but once again, I'm not sure how unless you have a way to draw cards back from your library, which we both got a ramen. Maybe that could see potential some use. Very niche. I'm not sure how well it's going to do in this format.
I'm curious if we should pile together all the useless cards and then pull one out at random, or if that I don't know. We're going to have to figure out how to navigate that.
All right.
I really like that art. Yeah. This is what I imagine Goldberry from Lord of the Rings looks like. Rydia, Summoner of Mist, is a 2-drop, which would make sense. She is a river. Goldberry is a river. I don't know if anybody knows Goldberry is Tom Bombadil's hubby, and he created her from a river because he wanted a girlfriend. So there you go. Rydia, Summoner of Mist, is a 2-drop. It's a legendary creature, human shaman. They have landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card, so that does not help me at all. And summon X tap. Return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until... So it can attack for 1 extra turn. And activate only as a sorcery. That will actually be really good, especially with the infinite mana.
You also did pull a saga card. So if you get that alongside your Chocobo, that could be pretty useful.
That will be perfect. That will be perfect.
Yeah. Pretty card, too. I like the holographic, the trees in the background.
The foil is
pretty
very nice on this one. I do, art-wise, I think yours is definitely a little better. I personally, I don't know. You might have won this one, but we'll check.
It's not up to us to decide.
Yeah, we'll check the poll afterwards.
Yep.
And again, I'm pretty sure this is just a
Land.
land. Ooh, but
You got
those are both
You got
gorgeous.
another foil over for you.
Yeah. I got 2 foils in the pack, which is very nice. I literally think I pulled this one last stream or like the first stream or something like
that. I think you did. Town of Ruin.
Very cool. And then show off that art on your land. I actually like that.
This is just a basic island, but kind of cool looking.
Yeah. What is it depicting?
It's hard to tell. It's Final Fantasy VIII. So Braden would know more about Final Fantasy VIII than I do. Okay. I was more of a 7, 9, and 10 guy. So sometimes when we only had one system, we'd take turns playing different games. Braden played 8. I played a lot of 9. Ben played a lot of 7.
But you would watch.
We'd watch each other play. Yeah. When we could. Dang. So let's pull out our best pulls and kind of let people decide what we like. This is my reverse foil, the elixir, and from there.
People might have already.
Well, there's plenty of time because they can always vote while we do the duel. Like we thought I won before the duels, and then lo and behold, you came out and swept us both. So
I like the Sahagan. I think you definitely might have won. I like my Marlboro. Yeah, that's it. And the foil land, but I think Brent, you definitely got the coolest card arts, coolest pulls. I think this is a sweep. I appreciate the votes for me, but Brent, you're already at 80%. So I think there's no hope for me.
I pulled Garland. He's a classic Final Fantasy OG from number 1. Like Alex was saying, Genji Gloves is always like a top tier piece of equipment through all the Final Fantasies. Kind of goes along with like a samurai theme.
Okay.
And who they're depicting in this is also I can't think of his name.
I was gonna say, is that Genji?
I don't think it's Genji itself, but like because it's just the name of the item. But I can't think of it. He's in this set, and he's a red card, and he's actually a really fun card to play.
Yeah. What is he? He doesn't look human. He looks like an orc or something.
Maybe I could figure it out later. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Like I know his name. Cool card art too, but it's escaping my lips.
If anybody knows who this is, drop it in the chat, and you might be able to answer Kevin's question. Is that not the iced over place from Final Fantasy?
It kind of looks that way, right?
Maybe.
It looks like that because it looks like waves just like frozen in place. I do look. Doesn't look like
it does say
might
13.
Be like
It's 13.
Oh, it is 13. Sorry, I thought that was 8 for a moment. Yep, that's 13. Definitely didn't play that one. Definitely didn't see much about that one. Gilgamesh. There you go. That's what it is. Gilgamesh was a great card in the set, and just a great, cool character.
Heck yeah.
There is a cool art of him too by Yoshitaka Amano, but
we've not pulled him. Yeah, twice in a row. No crazy art pulls. So sadly.
All right. So let's look at what we have potential dead cards. And
my land. Right off the. I guess we can just toss the lands anyway.
I think I only really have one potentially fully dead card. Actually, 2. I lied. I got 2.
That's not.
I don't have any land triggers. But this one does let you draw.
So this one won't do anything because I have to. Again, if it says something about the library, there are cards that put things into the library, so I guess we can keep those in.
Yeah.
Job select. Let's draw a card. Sacrifice, gain 3 life. So target attacking equipment gains menace. So that is good. Stampede. That is good. When this enters, tap. So that is good.
The Beavers is useless. That's your useless card right there.
Is that my only useless card?
It's the one that's the most useless. Other things are niche. Like this
and then this one.
These 2 are niche, but there is a potential in which you can get those back. Make use of them.
I mean, if I got all 3 cards in my library, then I could use that one. But okay, so I think that's the one that I'm gonna pull.
I'm gonna pull Resentful Revelation. It gives me flashback, and I've got top 3 cards. Put the rest in my hand versus graveyard. It does give draw, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it.
Don't we have to pull 2 cards, or is it just one?
Just one.
Plus
that should bring us down to 12. Minus the
5,
land.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep,
all right,
you
so
are
now
correct. Let's shuffle them up.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to proxy
I
that.
too am gonna have to proxy my Garland, which I'll do it for the land.
I will as well.
So, as of last week, when we did this, I was coming in as tied with you. So we rolled to see who battled first.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm the underdog, how would you like to handle who battles first?
You can go first if we want to kind of carry it over from last week, or if we want to roll. That's totally up to you.
Let's roll.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we did last week to determine
Yeah.
as well. So because I think we were tied.
Try to keep it as neutral as possible.
Yeah. All right. And right now, again, everybody get your votes in if you haven't. But right now, it looks like Brent is crushing me in the card pull. So again, we'll leave that open until the end of. Oh nope, don't end it. We'll leave that open until the end. So.
Yep.
And I will make my 4 piles. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
All right, and you can rearrange first.
This will be the first one. I'm gonna go all out. We'll do
Nice.
1, 2,
nice.
3, 4.
Okay.
And what would you like to be my order?
I'm just gonna swap. Boom. And then swap. Boom.
Okay.
Nice and simple. All right, so
I'll do
order
this is
these.
2. This is 3. This is 4. Those will go off to the side, and I will battle with 1. Okay. We are gonna roll to see what's first. What die would you like to use?
Let's do the D.
10? Sure thing. Okay, the crystal is 10.
The planeswalker
symbol is 1.
Well, oh, what?
Doesn't take much to beat a 1,
Yeah.
and 2 is just enough. I will choose to go first because I know you have one of those that Marlboro card, and I'm afraid of hell to lose a card in my hand.
Valid.
All right. So I will start off by playing my Elixir tapped.
Okay. Does it enter tapped? Oh yeah. Okay.
Enters tapped, and then I will pass turn.
Okay. I am going to play.
So we're gonna do this for our lives for 5.
Marlboro.
Oh, so I have to lose a card from my hand?
Yep, discard a card.
Oh boy.
Discard a card and you lose 2 life.
Oh boy. We're gonna lose. Let's go down to 3 life. And I will choose to lose Combat Tutorial.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll get this out on the floor, so boom, and that's that.
Yep.
Again, at the beginning of my upkeep, I can look at my library. Right now, a library does not exist, and I don't think I have anything to create a library, so that card's kind of useless.
Okay.
But, and then I will pass.
All right. So on my turn, this one tap. I will start my turn by playing Instant Ramen, which I will then, when it enters, I get to draw a card. There's nothing to draw. I'm actually going to sacrifice it to gain 3 life.
Okay.
Which brings me to 6, in which I will then sacrifice this to shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library, and which is 2, which I gain a life for each card I did.
Oh, you do
so
have
I go
a
up to 8.
library now.
Sadly, what I was going to do was I wanted to keep this in my hand, so then I could re-pull this and redraw it just for funsies to get as much life as I possibly can. But if you noticed, I have no creatures in this hand, so I will pass turn.
Oh no. And I just swing at you for 4.
You'll swing at me for 4, which is a little pathetic. And then it is your turn again. I will pass turn, so nothing to play. You'll untap and swing me for 4. So this might look atrocious because I just lost horribly and pathetically.
Yeah.
But if you notice, that's all 3 of my dead cards in the same deck.
Oh no!
So
it's all.
I probably was going to lose against the Marbaro anyways.
Yeah, it's all uphill from here.
It's only uphill from here. We're starting off with.
And also, I had the ramen. So.
He also had the ramen. He probably would have gained 3 life.
No.
And so Ramanoff.
Yep.
Like you said, it's going to be my birthday.
Ramanoff.
The Ramanoff family line.
Yep.
So I will choose to go first, just like the last one, and hopefully it goes up from here. But starting off, Chris is leading the battle phase 1-1.
Yep. Oh, you got a little 3%.
Oh, look at me.
Interesting. Interesting. Looks like Brent won this one.
Must have been a Charlie vote.
Right.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right.
All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
We haven't fully seen the rules of like how, like do you start drawing on your turn like you would normally during upkeep?
Yeah. Untap, upkeep, draw. 100%.
Yeah.
I think
so. You think you can draw if we put stuff in the back of the deck?
Yeah, we might have to confirm. If anybody wants to, there are the rules for Pygal online. So if anybody wants to confirm that for us,
there is definitely rules for interpretation, and if it's not like fully evolved, we could definitely make a ruling on it. Okay. All right, you ready for round 2?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to start off playing a warrior sword, which is a 3/2 creature. So I'm going to put this on him to show his toughness. He is now +3/+2. So he's a 4/3 warrior token. And I will pass turn.
Okay. I think I'm just going to go all in. So we've got Rydia, Summoner of Mist, so landfall, which does nothing, but she allows me to return a Saga card from my graveyard, and she's a 1/2, so I get a creature out of the mix too.
Oh, you got it alongside the Saga.
The only Saga, so that was perfect. That could not have played any more perfectly.
Okay.
And then Shambling Sieth.
So, okay. He comes into play tapped.
Yep, you were very right.
All right.
What gives... it has haste after it comes back.
Yep.
Okay, so nothing has haste, so I will pass.
Okay, so start of my turn. I'm going to do my first play, which is Chocobo Kick. Target creature you control deals its power to target creature an opponent controls.
No.
I'm actually going to use my 4 power damage to the Chocobo. I want that thing gone.
Okay.
And that's just the first thing. Second play is I'm going to play my Genji Gloves.
No.
Where I'm going to attach the Genji Glove to my little 1/1 warrior token, which makes him pretty scary. Because now he's a 4/3 swinging double strike at you. So he's hitting you for 4/3.
So he's hitting me for...
technically 8 damage.
8, yeah.
But he still only has 3 life.
Oh, and he's tapped. No. The only way to stay alive is to sacrifice this, and then I still have him in play. Yeah. All right. Damn, I really wanted to use that
ability.
Yeah. Why didn't you kill her? Because you knew you were going to kill...
because this guy's a little bit tougher, higher toughness. I didn't want to trade. Because double strike, if I'm pretty sure, doesn't work like first strike. I do double damage, but I don't hit you before you hit me.
No, the first strike is first strike.
But this isn't first strike. This is double strike.
Double strike?
Oh, you think the first part
No, I know it is.
Okay.
So double strike, the first strike is first strike.
So.
And then the second strike is during your normal phase.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure, just in case.
So I can stop 4 of that.
You stop all 8 because the second attack against that same creature will fizzle the next hit.
Duh. Okay. Unless it had trample.
Yeah, correct. And then the unfortunate part is when I have my first combat phase, Genji Gloves untax, and I have a second combat phase, so I'm going to be swinging at you for 8, and you're still tapped.
Oh no! So that was just a
Yes,
wash.
it was just a wash.
Damn.
He just swings out Warrior Sword, this little hella equipped little token.
Yeah.
He's a 1/1 token, but he's equipped with Genji Glove and a Warrior Sword. He makes him pretty a pretty valiant little foe.
We got some great comments in here. Kevin with the "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you," and also thank you for confirming that for us, Alex. And I agree with you. Do you agree with that ruling?
Yeah, I would like to say so.
Okay. I think it not doing that would honestly makes the format less fun.
Yeah, because there's a lot of cards that interact with your graveyard, which we both have for this one. So that's a one match for me, where my little Genji Glove little warrior token came in handy.
All right, so we are 1-1.
Yep, I assume you will be choosing to go first.
Go first, yep.
All right.
Again, I think you won the pack battle, but we'll wait till the end of this match to decide if anybody wants to throw in some votes for me. But again, I think, look at when we laid out all the cards, I had like 3 cards that were super cool, and then Brent really, really killed it with that. So let me actually pull this up a little bit. Boom, boom. Oh, almost revealing my hand over here.
So speaking of the last fight, that's kind of why I had a lot of value in those artifact job select creatures, because I first looked at that hand, I'm like, oh no, I have no creature and I have 2 artifacts. But guess what? I get a little token that got created with it, and that's all I needed. One little guy to wear all that gear.
I know, Alex with the tokens for the win. Yeah, those job select tokens, because they give you meat shields. If you at the worst, you have little meat shields, which is nice, and you don't lose the artifact. So
yeah.
So I am going to. Oh, actually, so we're gonna do Gladolius Amacita, which when it enters, search your library, so that does nothing, and then a landfall trigger. So really, he's just a 6/6.
Yep.
Sahagin is going to be a 1/3, and then whenever I cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then neither have haste, so I am going to pass.
All right, so my turn. I start off with the Magitech.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Yeah,
give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna. Wait. No, I'll wait. All right, pass.
All right, so I will start off by playing my
meat shields. That's a magic term.
Yep. I'll start off by playing my Magitech infantry, and I will then also choose to play my Garland, Knight of Cornelia. So he's my 3/2, Magitech's my 1/1, and from there, I just got to play out my hand. I'm going to play Cloud of Darkness, my 3/3 flyer. Put a little bit of time on this board.
Yeah.
And I will choose to pass turn.
All right. I am going to play. Its ability does nothing currently, because I don't have any artifacts or enchantments.
Yep.
To return from my graveyard, but what it does trigger is this.
Sahagin gets +1/+1,
and cannot be blocked. So I'm gonna definitely swing with that.
You also can replay it because it goes to exile after you play this, and you can play it again as a land.
But is a land a spell though?
No, you can play both. You can play it as the card, it goes to exile, then you can play it as a land right afterwards, and you have a landfall trigger.
Oh my god! Okay, boom, and then immediately play that because I did not play my land for turn. So that's my land, and then what does he do? Search your library when he enters. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. All right. So your biggest guy is a 3/3.
Yep.
So, oh wait, does it say other creature? Yeah, another target creature. So it has
Okay.
to go on this guy. It has to
Okay.
go on
Yep.
this guy. Has trample, which really doesn't matter because it can't be blocked.
Yeah, it can't be blocked.
So I'm swinging at you for 4, and then I think I'm going to keep this as a blocker.
All right. So my turn. I will go down from 5 to 1 health. I need to keep some blockers here, so I'm just going to have to swing at you for 3 flying damage.
Okay, so down to 2.
Yep, I'm going to have to pass.
And then
This will go down to 1. He's now still blockable, and because the 2/2 only lasts until end of turn.
I think. Oh no! The counter.
The counter stays, so he's now a 2/4.
But he can be blocked.
He can be blocked.
No. Okay. I mean, 3/2 and a 1/1. Yeah, I'm gonna swing at you for 2 and 8.
All right.
No, 6. Why did
6,
I say
yeah.
8?
So I will choose to block him with the 1, and I'll choose to block him with the 3.
Oh, and then that's GG.
Yep.
Shoot.
So these will die. I will untap for my turn.
Yep.
I will get to play him from my graveyard. So I just to get him on the board. Now I got a 5/5 flyer and a 3/3 flyer, and I will swing at you for 3 flying.
Okay, which I don't feel too bad about that,
Yeah.
because I don't think there was anything I could have
No,
done.
there's nothing you could have done there. I just kind of lucked out. But I did just use 2 of my big beefy flyer boys in the same hand, so we'll see how that turns out.
And your final
I have
deck.
1 last pack to go, and I might have just used my 2 best cards right there. So let's see if I fizzle out or if I can keep going.
This card. Let me see.
So that puts me up to 2 to 1 currently.
Yep.
We have 1 battle left, and if there's a tiebreaker, we'll shuffle all 4 of the decks that we had together and pull 3 random cards from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still anybody's game. It's very likely this might go to a tiebreaker, where I feel like you have an edge with you got 3 big beefy boys in there.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Alex. That's like a consolation prize for me. He said it was an impressive. It
was essentially playing like 4 cards. You got to power up the Sahagin, and you got a landfall trigger. So it like double dipped for both guys. And if you look at your other hand, where you pulled both Rydia and your Saga in the same hand, we both got some nice hands so far.
Heck yeah!
All right, so you're going first. Let's look at what we got, and we'll see how we do.
All right, I think I'm good. So I go first, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna do item shopkeep. So human citizen creature. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains menace until end of turn. This happens to be the deck that has my job select in it. The synergy has been really good.
Good synergy. Yep.
Considering, like for you and myself.
Yeah.
So I've got a
technically a 2/2.
Okay, so a 2/2. And it has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and it is a rogue in addition. I don't have haste, so I will pass.
All right, so my turn. I will start off by playing a Monk Fist. I too will also play a little artifact guy.
Dang.
Who he is a 2/1, and I will have to pass turn for now.
Okay. So that's a 2/1.
That's a 2/1.
I'm a 2/2.
Yep. But you have menace.
Oh, so you literally just can't block.
I could not block him
with that unless I. Turn. Okay, yeah. So then I guess I will swing. For 2.
I'll have to take it.
Have to take it.
I'll have to take it. All right, my turn. I will retaliate. I will swing with my Monk's Fist for 2.
Okay.
You'll choose to take it?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, it's your turn. You'll untap.
And then I will Oh, well, I could have blocked.
You could have, if you wanted to.
Did I want to? Is he still swinging for 2? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will swing again for 2.
Is that all you want to swing for?
What do you mean? Oh, like, do I want to swing with
Yeah.
this? Oh, I guess because
I am tapped out.
Are you trying to goad me, Brent? Get the F out of here. No, I want to leave a blocker.
All right.
So yeah, I'm swinging for 2.
Swing for 2. All right. I'll untap, and I'll swing for 2 again with my Monk's Fist.
Okay. So now we're down to 1.
Well, you kept the blocker available.
Yeah, but unless you're gonna drop something, I feel like this is GG. No.
It's all up to you. Do you remember what I pulled?
No, I do not. No, because I don't want to lose that menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the.
Well, in response, I'll do nothing.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll pass turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'd swing at you for 2 again.
And you'll get me. I was just trying to speed up the game. That's why I was going to try to goad you to attack me because there's nothing I could do. I have this, which is battle recursion from the graveyard, which doesn't help me in this situation because this isn't a creature. Even if you traded for the token, token's gone. That stays into play.
Is this a proxy or is that actually what you're playing?
That's all I had in there.
Oh, no.
So that was a dead card. So I knew I didn't really have a choice there. So.
I was waiting for you to place. I thought you had a big bomb that you were gonna drop, and I was gonna I was gonna
stun it, counter it.
Yeah, stun it.
Okay, so you won even without your big guy there. So you crushed me that one. That's a 2-2. We're off to a tiebreaker, my friend.
Okay.
So we'll have to take all the cards that we had, and from here, we have to shuffle it up and make one final 3-card deck.
9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool.
Don't forget to swap out your double-sided with the land.
Yeah.
I will choose to go first as the loser. And
do we want to shuffle maybe each other's?
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll choose the 3.
Yep.
Maybe you can choose them from wherever. Choose like one from the top of the deck, one from the middle of the deck, or something to make it wild. Wild and crazy kids, guys. Wild and crazy kids.
So this is for all the marbles.
Yeah. I mean, we still have one more round next week, which is the final round. But
this is for the marbles of the round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pull this one for you.
Okay.
This one for you. And second from the bottom.
Oh, all from the middle. All from the middle. All
nothing straight from the top. Nothing straight from the bottom.
All right. So you're getting top, bottom, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yours was very controlled. Mine was chaotic.
Yeah.
I will be going first, and good luck. Let's see what we pull.
Oh, okay.
All right. So.
And you go first?
I'll go first. You hate to see it, but I'll start off with a Golden Saucer land.
Okay.
Probably the worst card and the most useless card in my deck, but it is what it is. And then I will play a Monk's Fist, which is my 2/1 little artifact. Okay. 2 of the cards from my last deck, which was a loss. And I will pass turn.
Okay. I don't know what you're saving. I'm gonna play summon Chocobo Mog. Has Stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play Marlboro.
Oh, it's like discard a card and I lose 2 life.
Yeah,
oh,
the only card in your hand.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I was gonna do with it, but it's gone now.
Is it?
Maybe I should have saved this in case.
Yeah.
It was Chocobo Kick, which has a kicker to return land you control to its owner's hand, so it deals double the damage to a creature. So I was gonna, with this land, hit something for 4 damage.
So that wasn't useless.
It wasn't completely useless.
That's great. And you have no recursion, right?
So no recursion, so that's gone.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm also gonna play
The
Ice
Swan,
Flynn.
and let's put the stun counter on this boy. And
Is that? I think that's GG.
Yep. I think that's gonna be GG because you pass turn, I can't untap, and
Yeah. And then I swing at you for
a total of
of
a big fatty
9,
daddy 12.
12.
And I only have 3 life, so you overkilled me by -9. Yowza. I pulled some of my worst cards in that set. You got me good there.
Yep.
Where did my pack of cards go?
Oh shoot! Did I
You might have snagged them.
combine it with? I
Yeah.
did. But I'm pretty sure it should be the ones on top.
Yep.
That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you.
Yep.
That's you. That's you.
Mine.
Yeah. Mine. Yeah.
Mine. Yours.
That's mine.
All right.
Perfect.
So out of let's see what you would have had for your best 3 if you were to put them together. And I think,
like what hand would be?
Yeah, that probably would have been one of my better hands.
Hi, Charlie.
These are notable mentions.
I think this.
Yeah.
Maybe the ice
You might have
one is like a
so you might have potentially. Oh, you're big 6'6", I would say.
What's my 6'6"?
Oh,
homeboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pulled 2 of your 3 best, I would say, from that hand.
Yeah.
But this would probably be your big 3 beast boys, all great in this format. As we've seen, he can reduce health and card count, and the stun counter and tapping an opponent's defender is vital.
That was OP.
So he's OP because he also swings for 5.
Yeah.
So he's a kill threat in himself because he can swing lethal.
Charlie,
so
you're making a mess over here.
I had an early lead in the combat going 2-1, but you brought it back to 2-2, and you took it home in the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing as last week. Last week went to tiebreaker, and you brought it home.
So where are we at? So I've won. Not including today. Yeah, so we were going
in today. It was 3-1. Today we split 1-1. This is my first. This is your second.
4-2.
Yeah, so now it's 4-2.
Okay.
So you have the same lead going into the round 4 as you started in round 3.
Okay.
But there's still a chance for me to tie it up if I come back with next week with a sweep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, now that we have confirmed. What are you looking at me for, you baby? You baby. Now that we have confirmed you crushed the pack battle. So yeah, that was a good one. That was because we went into it thinking that there would be a lot, there was just a lot of dud cards, but they actually, I can't believe you got to play the library card. That was a really cool one.
Yeah.
And the fact that I pulled Goldberry, whatever her name is,
Rydia.
with my Saga, that was too perfect.
You also managed to pull out the Sahagin and the Landfall in the same turn.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. I enjoyed my little Genji gloved Warrior Sword combo.
Thank you, Kevin. Love you, bud. Thank you for hanging out.
Yep. Peace out, Kevin. And obviously, I think the 2 games I won were kind of like a crush, and the games that you came back in the end were also crushes.
Mm-hmm.
So it just felt like when we pulled good hands, we pulled good hands, and we didn't. This was a great combo because I think for that turn he was a 4-3, so he swung for 16 damage in one turn because he swung for 8 with a double strike. You blocked it. He swung for 8 once more. Pretty fun. And then the other hand I had that was really well was both my big beefy boy flyers, which left me with no big creatures for the second round.
Yep. Yeah, you had it's actually surprising I won because you had a very, very strong, you had a lot of big meaty boys in there, so.
Yeah. I had some flyers, which are win cons. I think you had the strongest number on any card, but that's good to show you
the 6-6.
The strength of the format. You had a 6-6, a 4-4, and a 5-4.
Yeah, big lot of meat there. And again, this Ice Flaunt that really helped. There's another card that does this too, but I think No, it wasn't. It stays tapped.
Yeah,
Whatever
so
it
there's a
is.
couple blue ones. There's Sleep Magic, which is like a 1 cost, which taps target creature and it doesn't untap. It's like a 1 cost blue. And
Okay.
then there's an enchantment one, which you target enchant an opponent's creature and it has flash. It's 3 mana and it does the same thing where you tap target opponent's creature and it doesn't untap on its untapped
I think
phases.
that's the one I had. I can't.
They're
'Cause I
both
don't
good.
think I pulled any 1-drops.
The enchantment one is good because it taps it and it's a flash, but it costs
Okay.
3 mana. The Sleep Magic's good because it's 1 mana, so it's cheaper, but it breaks if they take damage.
Okay.
So like Sleep in D&D, Sleep in a lot of other games like
It wakes
Fantasy,
them up.
it wakes
They
them
take
up
a
if they
hit.
take
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hit.
That makes sense.
So
That makes sense. But all right, that's I think that's all we got for y'all.
yep.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, do a share if you can. Again, even if you don't share it with a person, just clicking that share button, sharing it with yourself definitely helps. Again, I said this on my Magic, my Pokemon stream. Appreciate everyone for engaging in the live chat. If you can also drop a comment after the video ends, that would be super helpful. Today's query or prompt, that's the word I'm looking for. Today's prompt is going to be what your favorite poll from today was. Or just the coolest creature that you saw. So
Yeah.
if everyone wants to throw that in the comments, that would be awesome. So but yeah, that's all we got for today. Unless you want to close it out with anything, Brent.
Nope. Thank you for tuning in. That was fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Heck yeah. Again, this was credit to Brent for the pack battle idea, and then credit to Braden for the Pygow idea. So that was great. But just gonna do a quick roll call. Kevin, you already dipped out, but again, thank you so much for hanging out. Alex, tiramisu. I cannot look at that and think Talisha. I'm like, that's tiramisu. But Talisha, thank you so much for hanging out. Corinne, appreciate it as always. And Tim snuck in for a little bit there.
Joey
Boy,
Alex is in there.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Love you all, and everyone have a wonderful rest of your night. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace out.
Say bye, Charlie. I don't know where Charlie is, but actually, he'll. I'll give him a formal. Come here, bud. You guys say bye to the chat. Come here. Look, because you destroyed our board state. Hey, say bye to everyone. Charlie says bye. All right, love y'all. Peace.
Good night.